All right, so you want to talk AI investing. Everyone's asking about it, and for good reason. But it's not just robots playing the stock market, you know.
Right, right.
This is about giving you an edge. We're diving deep into this Investopedia article, and trust me, it
Yeah.
goes way beyond those basic
Oh,
robo-advisors.
yeah.
So first off, what even is AI in finance? The article kind of reminds us, it's not like machines becoming stockbrokers overnight.
Mm.
We're talking systems that, like, analyze info and decide stuff like a human would,
Yeah.
but on a scale we can't even...
It's overwhelming, the amount of data.
Exactly.
I mean, imagine trying to read like every single financial news piece, every earnings report, every tweet,
So
even.
forget it. No way.
Impossible for a person. But AI processes that mountain of info like instantly.
It's like having, what, a superpowered research team
Mm.
working around the clock for you, which is probably why, even if you're not using AI yet, your advisor might be, or the
Yeah.
funds you're in.
Behind the scenes, it's already happening a lot.
So kind of important to get a handle on this. But let's get practical. How can you use this stuff to, level up your investing? This Investopedia article had some cool tools.
Yeah, what'd they highlight?
So AI stock picking. Not just basic filters, but like these tools digging through massive data to spot those winning patterns, things we miss.
Makes sense. Humans can only spot so much.
Right. And they even suggested trying a free screener. ZACKS, I think it was called. Low risk way to see it in action.
Not a bad idea. Dip your toes in.
Then there's portfolio building. But again, we're not talking your grandpa's robo-advisor here.
Right, right.
This is AI using something called, hold on, modern portfolio theory to like fine-tune your investments. You familiar with that?
Oh, yeah, modern portfolio theory. So it's all about, so modern portfolio theory, it's all about finding that sweet spot between risk and return for an investor, like mathematically figuring out the best portfolio, given their goals.
Okay, so it's like personalized investing, but with algorithms doing the math, basically.
Exactly. AI takes this really complex theory and makes it actually usable for, like, everyday people.
That's wild. It's like having, what, a personal finance brainiac on call 247. But, okay, this is where the article got me hooked. AI can actually make the trades for you based on rules you set?
Oh, yeah, the automated trading part.
Isn't that nuts? All emotion removed.
Especially in a crazy market, that's huge. Humans, we panic sell.
Ugh.
AI sticks to the plan, buys low, sells high, no sweat. Or, well, no sweat for the algorithm, I guess.
Right. No more second-guessing yourself or letting fear mess you up. But risk is still a thing, obviously. So can AI actually help us manage that, or is it all about chasing those sweet, sweet returns?
$1 million question, right? Like most things in finance, it's not simple. But what's cool is how AI analyzes risk. We're talking millions of simulations, stress testing your portfolio in ways humans just couldn't.
Whoa. Okay, so it's thorough.
And here's where it gets really interesting. AI can spot those hidden connections between assets. Correlations, stuff we miss. The article called out tail risk, those black swan events. Nobody sees them coming, except maybe AI's starting to.
Hold on, it's like predicting the unpredictable now?
Sort of, yeah. Not about knowing the future for sure, but getting better at planning for those crazy what-ifs.
That's wild. But gotta be a catch. Can't be perfect, right?
Of course not. No system is. It's only as good as the data it gets fed, and the humans designing it, let's be real. Article made that clear. AI can mess up, bad info, outdated info, all that.
So it's a tool, not a magic solution, basically.
Exactly. Think of it as your co-pilot, not replacing you as the pilot. Powerful, yeah, but no guarantees in this game.
All right, so AI can manage risk like nobody's business.
Got it.
But the big question, can it actually predict the market? Because if so, we're all retiring early.
Yeah. Wouldn't that be nice? Truth is, it's early days, like the Wild West out there. Lots of trying stuff, no sure bets yet.
Experimentation phase.
Totally. Article mentioned this 2023 study. AI did beat traditional methods, which, exciting. But then you got AI hedge funds that haven't beat the market, so mixed bag so far.
Jury's still out on that crystal ball then. But one thing's for sure. This tech is changing fast. Keeping up is more important than ever.
Absolutely. This is moving so quickly.
Now, here's something to think about. AI is great at numbers, right? But investing, there's that human side too, your own goals, how much risk you can stomach, all that.
Oh, 100%. AI is a game changer, not a replacement for thinking. It can amplify our abilities, but good old-fashioned judgment still matters.
Right. So before we go full AI-powered portfolio and all that, let's ground ourselves in the basics.
Couldn't agree more. But doesn't mean we can't have fun exploring the possibilities, right?
Exactly. And this Investopedia article, they had some really cool real-world examples, like how both big institutions and individual investors are using AI right now.
Yeah, like what stood out?
Well, they talked about AI being used to build these crazy sophisticated risk systems, analyzing like everything about your portfolio, what could go wrong, different scenarios.
Oh, like running simulations, seeing how it holds up in different markets.
Exactly. Not just vague predictions, but data-driven insights. Pretty slick.
And it's not just about identifying risks, it's about actively managing them. Some platforms use AI to automatically rebalance your portfolio if the market changes or your risk tolerance does. So if things go south, the AI adjusts things to minimize your losses, keeps you on track.
Okay, that's actually really helpful, like a 247 financial advisor working behind the scenes.
That's the idea.
Yeah.
And the best part? These AI tools are getting more and more accessible to everyday investors. You don't need to be a Wall Street hotshot to use them.
Love that. Democratizing
Yeah.
finance, right?
Yeah.
But, with great power comes great responsibility and all that. When you've got algorithms making decisions about your money, how can you be sure it's being used responsibly? Not just to, maximize profits no matter what.
Right. Got to keep the ethics in mind.
Exactly. So how do we make sure that? Are there any guardrails to prevent AI from being used in a way that could hurt investors or even the whole market?
Well, it's still early days, but things are happening. Regulators are definitely paying attention, trying to come up with guidelines for responsible AI use. It's evolving, for sure. But it's not just on the regulators. Within finance itself, there's a push for ethical AI. Companies are realizing to get investors on board, they got to build trust.
Makes sense. Would you hand over your hard-earned cash to some black box algorithm, one you don't get, or it could even be working against you? No way.
Exactly. Transparency is key.
Yeah.
Investors got to know how AI is making decisions about their money, asking the right questions, understanding the assumptions, holding those companies accountable. That's how we do it.
So it's not just about the money, it's about informed consent almost.
In a way, yeah. Blind faith in anything is a bad idea, whether it's a human giving you advice or some fancy AI. Do your research, ask questions, and most importantly, make sure it aligns with your goals, your risk tolerance.
Well said. And speaking of goals, remember we were talking about AI predicting the market? This Investopedia article had some really interesting examples of how AI is being used to try and get ahead of the curve.
Right. It's not like they have a crystal ball or anything, but AI is being used to spot those patterns and signals that humans might miss. You know what I mean? Like some firms are using it to analyze news sentiment, social media trends, even satellite imagery to try and get a leg up on predicting where the market's headed.
Wait, hold up. Satellite imagery. Now that sounds like something straight out of a spy movie. How does that even work?
I know, it's pretty wild. But think about it. Imagine being able to track, cargo ship activity at a port or even foot traffic outside stores, all in real time. That kind of data can tell you a lot about how a company's performing and even hint at bigger economic trends.
Okay, that is seriously cool.
Mhm.
Like having a bird's eye view of the whole economy.
Yeah.
But we can't forget, even with all that fancy tech, market predictions, never foolproof. Always going to be surprises.
For sure. Nobody can predict the future perfectly. That's part of what makes investing so interesting, right? But AI can be a powerful tool to help navigate all that uncertainty and help you make the best decision possible with the information that we have.
For sure. So we've covered a lot of ground here. Stock picking, portfolio building, risk management, even trying to predict the market. But what about actually using AI to invest? How does that work practically?
Well, there are a few ways to do it. Robo-advisors are popular. Those platforms that use algorithms to manage your portfolio based on your risk tolerance and all that.
Yeah, so it's like a personal financial advisor, but cheaper and maybe less biased.
Exactly. And since they're all online, they're usually way more affordable than traditional advisors, which makes investing more accessible to, everyone.
Now that is something I can get behind, democratizing finance.
Right. But if you're more hands-on, there are AI-powered trading platforms that give you insights, recommendations, even automate your trading if you want.
Oh yeah, I've seen those. So it's like AI gives you the info, but you're still in control.
Exactly. You get the best of both worlds. It really opens up investing for all types of people. But with so many options, it can be tough to know where to start. Any advice for our listeners on how to choose what's right for them?
That's the million-dollar question, right? With all these shiny new AI tools, it's easy to get swept up in the hype. But remember, folks, not all AI is created equal. Just because something has AI-powered slapped on the label doesn't mean it's right for you.
Couldn't have said it better myself. It's like anything else, you got to do your homework. Take those robo-advisors we talked about, tons of them out there. each with their own fees, investment strategies, you name it.
So how do you choose?
Ask yourself, what are your financial goals? How much risk can you actually handle? What's your timeline? Once you have those answers, you can start narrowing down the options to find a robo-advisor that aligns with your unique needs.
Don't just jump into the first one you see. Shop around a bit.
Exactly. Read reviews, check their track record, make sure you understand their fees and all that before you hand over your hard-earned cash.
It's like choosing a financial partner, right? You want to be on the same page.
Exactly. And this goes for any AI investing tool, whether it's a robo-advisor, trading platform, whatever.
Knowledge is power. But speaking of power, one question that comes up a lot with AI is, are the robots going to take over? Will algorithms replace human financial advisors altogether? What do you think?
It's a fair question, but honestly, I think AI is more likely to be a partner, not a replacement.
Yeah.
Augmenting human capabilities, not making us obsolete.
See, that's what I'm thinking, because there's a human element to finance that algorithms just can't replicate, right?
Absolutely. Like, think about the emotional side of investing, dealing with market ups and downs, planning for huge life events, retirement, buying a home, all that.
Yeah, you can't put a price on having a real person to talk to during those times.
Exactly. AI can give you numbers, but humans, we can provide that personalized guidance, that emotional support, and help you make the best decisions for your life.
It's about more than just the numbers.
Way more. And honestly, I think the future is a collaboration. AI and human advisors working together. Best of both worlds.
Now that is a future I can get behind. AI handling the heavy lifting with data, advisors giving that human touch. It's like a perfect partnership.
Right. Freeing up advisors to really understand their clients, create those tailored plans, answer those tough questions that need that human perspective.
Okay, I'm convinced. So, to wrap things up, sounds like AI is going to change how we invest big time. Data-driven insights, personalized plans, better risk management, exciting stuff.
No doubt. But like we've been saying, gotta be smart about it. Do your research, ask those questions, demand transparency, and never lose sight of what you're trying to achieve.
Your goals, your risk tolerance, all that. Well said. Well, folks, that's about all the time we have for today's deep dive into the wild world of AI investing. If you want to learn more about this stuff, and trust me, you do, check out that Investopedia article we've been unpacking. It's a goldmine of info.
Definitely worth a read.
And hey, maybe even give one of those AI stock screeners a try. See what all the buzz is about. Until next time, happy investing, everyone.